What the fuck are you doing, KZ? Hello and thank you for clicking on this video. I'll be sharing my experience on the KZ AS24 Pro. This is the successor to the original KZ AS24, and like the AS24, it has 12 BA driver per side, and it comes with a price tag of about $156 US. I think KZ forgot that I made a video warning people about their QC issues and sent me one to review anyway. But I'm curious to see if their IEMs have indeed improved. And then I saw their marketing campaign for this IEM and it is mind-blowing. But before we dive deeper, I still like to thank KZ for sending this unit in exchange for my honest feedback. However, as always, all thoughts and opinions are my own and are not influenced by any parties. I'm pretty sure after this video I'll most likely go back to their blacklist, so if you could support the channel by hitting the like and subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. The unboxing experience has actually been downgraded from the original KZ AS24, where it's a standard unboxing experience similar to a budget IEM, but it still comes with a set of ear tips. The cable itself is pretty standard with 3.5mm termination and QDC connections, which is often associated with a budget level IEM, but at least it's secure once it's in your IEMs. The design of the KZ AS24 Pro is pretty much identical apart from a few additional wording on the faceplate, but the faceplate design is identical with this 3D diamond-like pattern. And if you're a fan of this on the first one, you won't have any issues with this because it's the same. Like the AS24, there's also a switch option, which is the one I have, and they have 4 switch toggles per side, and there's an instruction manual that it comes with showing you which switch affects which aspect of the frequency for you to play around with. Fit and comfort is also the same as the original KZ AS24. If you didn't have any issues there, you won't here. And if you haven't tried one, it's relatively compact for the amount of driver that it has, so I can wear this IEM for hours. Now that's all out of the way, let's talk about the funniest aspect about this whole IEM's existence, and it has nothing to do with the physical product itself. It's the marketing campaign that I want to dissect. Let's take a look at some of the claims that they have made with their marketing with the AS24 Pro.
Never ceasing to explore the pinnacle of sound quality.
The pinnacle, ladies and gentlemen. You're at Summit Fi now with a budget Fi price tag. Rejoice, rejoice.
The multi-driver balanced armature earphone remains the undisputed king among all hi-fi headphones. The sound density of balanced armatures far exceeds that of traditional dynamic drivers.
It's hilarious how they're saying this, which is almost throwing shade to all of their dynamic driver products.
Reasons why KZ didn't use drivers from Nose and Sonyan.
As if omitting 1 or 2 letters from the name will make people go,
who are they talking about?
come on KZ.
These drivers are not well suited for professional hi-fi standards.
I'm so curious to know what these hi-fi standards according to KZ's are. Getting to know hi-fi standards is like trying to chase that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It doesn't exist because everyone's standards are so different. Look at KZ throwing shades to all these models. It's almost they're not trying to hide what these models are because they're only removing 1 or 2 letters from the entire name. The idea is to say that multi-driver BA IEMs at higher price levels, something like the 64 Audio U12T, which is one of the most popular multi-BA drivers IEMs out there, is not a match for the KZ AS24 Pro. Well, yeah, that's because the U12T is playing at a whole different league. And if KZ thinks that the AS24 Pro is much better, then boy can they dream. Nothing wrong with having daydreams. I'll let you read the rest of the marketing material yourself because there's just too much there to squeeze in one video. But as an overall, if what KZ is doing is intentional, then it's ingenious because I myself fell for it as well. Otherwise, it's so unbelievably ignorant that it's gotta be intentional. Why I say ingenious is because they're putting out all these claims, throwing shades at products and companies that is laughably ridiculous, that it makes you curious to try this IEM for yourself, and once you've done that, you'll realize,
It actually sounds pretty good for its price.
But it'll never triumph against the likes of kilobuck IEMs, but it's not so bad that you want to throw it away. Having said that, I know there are people who are on the camp where spending more than X amount of money for a flagship level IEM is beyond comprehension, just to get that extra 10 to 20% more out of your sound. And that's where everyone's point of diminishing return varies, but it doesn't take away from the fact that flagship level IEMs do bring out more from your sound. And even if it's not from the sound, the quality of drivers, accessories are still a step above the KZ AS24 Pro. So if you're you're able to shut off all the nonsense surrounding this IEM, just take KZ's claims and history out of this for just 1 second and just focus on the product itself. For the price of this IEM, the KZ AS24 Pro actually sounds really good. Just testing the stock tuning without any switches on, there's sufficient punch and slam even for a BA driver, and there's enough weight to the notes, but of course it's still a touch flatter compared to a nicely tuned dynamic driver, but it doesn't have that flatness to the bass notes that is often associated with BA. You can still boost the bass by turning on a few switches, and it brings a little bit more, and it's nicely done where it still steers clear from the mid-range. The overall presentation is warm, full-bodied, yet it retains the detail and clarity within the soundstage. It sounds relatively smooth to my ears, and it still retains some clarity in the upper regions without crossing the realm of being too sharp or piercing, which is great for treble sensitive people, but people looking for a bit more airiness and clarity may want to seek elsewhere. There is a switch to toggle to turn on a little bit of that sharpness, but it doesn't cross the realm of sibilance. What this IEM does best is the separation of sounds, which I'm guessing utilizing all 12 drivers could have contributed to this factor. Imaging is really good where you can hear its position within the soundstage, but the attack of notes do sound a little soft. All in all, it's a really good sounding IEM, and if it wasn't for KZ's history and ridiculous marketing claims, this could easily be in a lot of people's top choices, especially for a budget level IEM. Is it going to be beating my Monarch Mark III? Yeah. Keep dreaming, KZ. So to sum it all up, again, as I said, if all of this was KZ's plan all along to get the chatter going, then I tip my hat to KZ because it's got all of us talking about how ridiculous their marketing claim is. And any exposure, be it good or bad, is still exposure. And that's the unfortunate nature of the game, to get people's attention and to sell more products. And with how budget-friendly KZ's IEMs are, they might very well sell a lot of this. As I said before in the KZ AS24 video, it's like the perfect child with really bad parents. However, those are just my thoughts and my experience, and I'm curious to know yours. What do you think about KZ's crazy claims of the KZ AS24 Pro? And if you heard the 24 Pro, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and thank you all very much for watching. See you in the next video.